If you're using PayPal to accept payments and QuickBooks for your accounting, you already know the pain of trying to reconcile those payouts every month. You've got PayPal fees scattered everywhere, refunds that don't match up, and bank deposits that somehow never equal what your sales reports show. And you're probably spending way too much time manually entering transactions or trying to figure out why nothing reconciles. Today, I'm showing you how to connect your PayPal to QuickBooks Online, how to automatically sync all your transactions with their details, and how to actually reconcile your PayPal payouts without going crazy. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about why PayPal is such a headache for accounting. When you get paid through PayPal, what actually happens? Let's say someone sends you $100. PayPal takes its fee, let's say around $3. Then, a few days later, PayPal deposits $97 into your account. Simple? Not really. Here's the problem. Your customer paid you $100. That's your gross sales, but your bank statement only shows $97. If you're not tracking properly in QuickBooks, your revenue is understated, and you have no idea how much you're actually spending on payment processing fees. Now, multiply that across hundreds or thousands of transactions per month. Add in refunds, chargebacks, currency conversions. Maybe you're selling on multiple platforms that all go through PayPal. It becomes a mess really fast. And here's what most people do wrong. They just record the net amount that hits their bank account. So they record $97 as revenue, completely missing that $3 in fees. Their P&L is wrong. They can't track true payment processing costs, and tax time becomes a nightmare. But what is the right way to do it? Maybe record your gross sales of $100, record the PayPal fee, which is $3 as an expense, and then your net deposit $97. Matches your bank, right? Everything reconciles, your books are accurate. But imagine doing that manually for every single PayPal transaction. That again sounds like a nightmare, but that's where automation comes in. Let's talk about what connecting PayPal to QuickBooks Online looks like. QuickBooks has a native PayPal integration called Connect to PayPal, but it's not that simple. The native QuickBooks PayPal integration gives you very basic transaction data, but doesn't automatically categorize everything correctly. You still have to manually review every transaction, match it to the right account, and make sure fees are being tracked separately. For small businesses with maybe 20 to 30 transactions a month, this is very manageable. You can spend about 30 minutes reviewing and categorizing, and then you're done. But if you're an e-commerce seller with hundreds of transactions, refunds, different payment methods, and sales across multiple platforms, the native integration falls apart really fast. Here's what it doesn't handle well. Automatic fee separation. Fees show up as separate line items, but you have to manually categorize them every single time. Gets old really fast. When you issue a refund, QuickBooks does create a refund receipt, but you have to manually add the same line items from your original sale with the negative amounts to properly offset your revenue. This gets really tedious when you're processing multiple refunds. Payout reconciliation. PayPal batches multiple transactions into one payout. Matching that payout to your bank deposit while accounting for all the individual sales and fees, that becomes a pain really fast. Multi-currency handling. If you're taking international payments, the native integration doesn't handle foreign exchange rates automatically. Now, this is where proper PayPal QuickBooks integration software comes in. Instead of just dumping raw transaction data into QuickBooks and making you sort it out, automated integration actually understands PayPal structure and handles everything intelligently. Let me show you how this works with Synder, which genuinely solves the PayPal accounting problem the right way. When you connect PayPal to QuickBooks through Synder, here's what happens automatically. Every PayPal payment gets imported with complete details. Customer name, invoice number if applicable, gross amount, fees, net amount, and everything else. Automatic fee tracking. PayPal fees get categorized automatically into a separate expense account. The fee expenses are tracked correctly without all the manual work. Refund handling. When you issue a refund through PayPal, Synder automatically creates a refund receipt in QuickBooks with the correct line items to offset your revenue. An important note, PayPal doesn't refund the processing fee from the original transaction. You eat that cost. Synder tracks this accurately so you know the true cost of refunds. Payout reconciliation. This is the big one. When PayPal deposits money into your bank account, Synder creates a transfer transaction from your PayPal clearing account to your bank account that matches exactly what hit your bank. You can reconcile that bank deposit in just one click because everything's already accounted for. Multi-currency support. If you're taking payments in different currencies, Synder applies the correct exchange rates automatically from QuickBooks and tracks FX gains or losses. All GAAP compliant, all automatic. Summary versus detailed sync. You can choose whether you want every single transaction itemized in QuickBooks or if you want daily summaries. If you're doing high volume, summary mode keeps your books clean while tracking everything accurately. As a result, your PayPal accounting is completely automated. Transactions flow into QuickBooks in real time, fees are tracked properly, refunds are handled correctly, and everything reconciles in your bank automatically. Instead of spending hours every week doing PayPal bookkeeping, it's just done. You can actually trust your financial reports. Let me walk you through the setup if you want to go the automated route. First, you connect Synder to both your PayPal account and your QuickBooks Online account. The setup wizard walks you through this. It basically just authorizes every connection. Next, you configure your sync settings. This is where you choose transaction level or summary level. If you want every sale itemized, go transaction level. If you want daily summaries to keep things clean, then go to summary mode. Account mapping. Tell Synder which QuickBooks account to use for PayPal sales, PayPal fees, PayPal clearing accounts, and so on. This ensures that everything is posted to the right place. PayPal fees are automatically recorded as expenses in QuickBooks, showing the actual dollar amount charged. This keeps your fee tracking accurate and makes it easy to see your true payment processing costs. Categorization. Set up rules so transaction types get categorized automatically. Once configured, similar PayPal transactions will categorize themselves without manual review. Payout matching. Enable automatic payout reconciliation so your bank deposits match automatically. Historical input. Synder can import past transactions as far as your PayPal allows it. You can usually go back several years if you need to fix historical books. Once configured, Synder runs automatically. Every time you get a PayPal payment, it syncs to QuickBooks within minutes. Fees are categorized, everything is ready to reconcile. At month end, you just run your QuickBooks reconciliation for your bank account. Your PayPal deposits will match perfectly because Synder's already done the work. You can verify that everything's correct by running a PayPal reconciliation report in QuickBooks. It will show you total PayPal sales, total fees, total deposits, and confirm that everything balances. If it does, you're good to go. Now, let me give you a few best practices for PayPal QuickBooks integration. First, keep PayPal as a separate clearing account in QuickBooks. This is crucial. Set up a PayPal clearing account, which is like a bank account in QuickBooks that tracks your PayPal balance. Every sale, refund, and fee gets posted to this account, mirroring your actual PayPal balance. Then, when PayPal sends a real payout to your bank account, you record a transfer from the PayPal clearing account to your bank account. This way, the clearing account balances and always matches your actual PayPal balance, and your bank account shows the actual cash you received. This is how you keep everything organized and reconcilable. Next, review the first month closely. When you first set up automation, review the first month's transactions just to make sure that everything's categorizing correctly. Once you confirm that it's working, you can trust it going forward. Reconcile PayPal separately from your bank. You should reconcile your PayPal account in QuickBooks against your actual PayPal statements. Then, reconcile your bank account separately. This means two separate reconciliations and both should match perfectly. Track fees in a dedicated expense account. Create an expense account specifically for PayPal fees. This lets you see exactly how much PayPal is costing you and track it over time. Handle refunds correctly. Make sure refunds are reducing revenue, not showing as expenses. The automation should handle this, but double check that your revenue reports are accurate. Multi-currency businesses. If you're taking any sort of international payments, make sure that your integration is handling FX correctly. You should see both the foreign currency amount and the USD equivalent in QuickBooks. And here's a big one. Don't try to use the native QuickBooks integration and a third-party tool at the same time. Just pick one. If you're using Synder or a similar automation tool, then disconnect the native PayPal feed to avoid duplicate transactions. So the bottom line is, a PayPal QuickBooks integration doesn't have to be painful at all. The native QuickBooks integration works if you're doing low volume and don't mind the manual work. But if you're processing any sort of significant PayPal volume, then automated integration is the way to go. With the right setup, your PayPal transactions sync automatically. Fees are tracked correctly, refunds are handled properly, and everything reconciles with your bank deposits. You go from hours of manual bookkeeping to zero. If you want to see exactly how this works for your business, then book a demo. The link will be in the description below. Our team will guide you through the whole setup based on your PayPal volume and what you're selling. Thanks for watching. If this helped you out, then hit subscribe because we'll be dropping new accounting and e-commerce tutorials very soon.